Hi, everybody. Welcome to the QB School. I am JT O'Sullivan. Today, Jalen Hurts, the Eagles' big overtime walk-off win. Fired up for this one. Let's get it going. Welcome to the QB School. Before we dive into the video, a quick reminder about the Quarterback School Patreon community. This group is the foundation, the bedrock of this channel. Not only is it a great, cheap way to support the channel, but you get even more Quarterback School content. So if you dig this type of video, a little bit longer form, lots of detailed nuance about not only the quarterback position, but high-level offensive and defensive football, you will love the Quarterback School Patreon community. Hop over there, join, become a member. I appreciate it. As for this video, let's get into it. Jalen Hurts, the Eagles' walk-off winner in overtime. Fired up for this one. How about this now? Nobody told me. Starting to think I don't have any friends on social media. The Eagles are running Tua's RPO, the slant post kind of wheel flat. That was a mouthful, but slant wheel flat, post wheel flat. And they're making it look easy. So what is this play? To me, and the reason I call it the Tua RPO, I just don't see anybody else do it. Maybe there are people doing it. Let me know if you see people. This is zone read. We're reading the C-gap defender up top. We are running what I'm going to call, and I don't know what they call it. This to me is like slant, drift, glancy with this rail or wheel, and then you get this sneak flat coming across. So when I say post, wheel, flat, that's what I'm talking about, even though it's not a traditional flat. It's like that slide, sneak, or hide flat coming across. Now, I don't think that they do it near as well as Miami does it, and I'll talk about why that is. But I love the fact that they're doing it. I love the fact that they're trying to do it. Puts significant stress on the defense, horizontal stretch, vertical stretch. Nice job right here catching a Kelsey low fastball as well in the elements. And the reason I don't think they do it quite as well is, and again, this is just my take on it. Okay, I've inquired, never really got any good answers, I would say, on how exactly this thing is read. But I would guess, okay, I would classify this as a PRPO for Miami. I think right here, the Eagles are running it more traditional RPO. And what I mean by this P in front of the RPO is I think that Tua reads this saying he just comes off, and if he likes this, he throws it. If he likes this, he throws it as like a pass first. Then he reads the key defender. Then he reads the true kind of triple option element of it, where you can give the dive, you can give the zone read, you can run it yourself, or you can throw it out there. So that's the PRPO element. Right here, and the other part about this, I think Miami would do is he would come out here and just settle. He wouldn't run. To me, this is running to get covered. And again, I think Miami is on the cutting edge of how this thing is done, played, taught, executed. But right here, I love seeing someone else do it. If there is someone else who can do it, it probably is Jalen Hurts, and he's making it work right here. So again, we're reading that C-gap defender to the left, right outside the left tackle. He squeezes down. That's a pull read. Throw it. Got it. And again, really nice read. So just reading 57 here. And again, I'm not going to go through this like this every single RPO, but he squeezes this at all. That's a pull read for me. We're going to throw it. It looks like he's going slant, rail or wheel flat. There it is. Boom. Right on him. Hell yes. Next one here, interception. It's on the same play, y'all, the Tua RPO. This is zone read with the post wheel flat. And for my money here, Jalen Hurts makes the wrong read. So kind of the easy indicator here for the quarterback is that 89, the tight end, the sniffer, as he comes across, as the guy we're reading, the C-gap defender to the right. So this is your key defender. As this tight end comes across to run this slide, sneak, or hide flat, this puts the decision on the key, on this conflict defender. So if he goes underneath here, to me, that's a pull read. If he goes over the top of the flat, then that's an easy, just give it. Just let that guy, he gets paid to run, let him run. Don't make this thing more complicated. This is as easy as it gets. And for some reason, we're pulling this. right? So right there, he's not going to tackle him. You can tell that Jason Kelce is run blocking. This is not a pass, right? He's coming off. You can see 80 up top. He's digging, coming down there to run block. Now, 80's going to the wrong guy, but that's a different question for a different day. And then, of course, your conflict defender, your key, 56, hits the ball up, tipped, middle of the field, interception, disaster. Damn. So it's one of those things where, yeah, I'm excited that they're running this. It's an interception. So you can see here how difficult this thing is. So again, here's that slant. He kind of settles here. Here's that rail or wheel. You see the sneak flat or slide coming across. And again, the conflict defender, key right there. To me, he goes up, and this should be an easy give. It's not. It's a poor decision from Jalen, most likely, and it results in an interception. Bummer. Oh, my goodness. Throwing picks on flats, just sickening. And it's a bummer because I thought that this is a really fun game to watch the film because of all the RPOs. And this is just one of those ones where I just feel like Jalen's doing a little too much here. This is an easy read for me. He gets up the field. Hand it. Dang. Bummer. Next one here. I think the quarterback run game is obviously a really meaningful part of this game. It does not go well here early on the Bash GT, especially when the G goes whiff. What I mean by that is watch the left guard 69. He's got the kick out, and he gets kicked out. You give him the old ole. Where'd who go? Tough. So this is a very common play nowadays in the spread world. I personally think of it. I prefer it with a triple element of it, but we're going to read the conflict defender right here. If he gets up the field and can tackle the back, I'm used to calling that bash. Okay, bash just means back away. So the run itself is GT. We're going to be running GT counter this way. So back away is the bash. So bash GT. All that means is we're going to get gap down on the front side. This is the front side. So they're coming down. Hopefully you get a double team to the backside on a deuce. And then we are going to get a left guard is going to kick out, hopefully. And then we're going to wrap from the tackle. So nice, easy job here. Again, I prefer it with like double bubble or something here to kind of spread the spread, if that makes sense, for when you get these 2x2 open formations. But man, this is made to order. And again, the run game is really important, obviously, to the outcome of this, how we hit them with a walk-off. But you can see here, this is made to order. 57, the left defensive end, kind of playing a little bit of a tweener, if I'm being honest. If you handed that ball to Swift, he probably tackles him, so probably the right decision. We just need to be able to kick out the play side defensive end. That's never going to work. Next one here, 68 seconds left to go. End of the first half. This to me is a PRO. We're going to put the ball on the ground on a handoff to a draw. Now, I think that the offensive line, and I've talked about this a lot with the Eagles, they obviously have a great offensive line. I think they put a significant amount of stress on Kelce and the unit up front to get the declarations correct. And when they do, it's awesome. And it works great. And the offense really functions at a high level. When they don't, earmuffs me, shit like this happens. Okay? To me, this guy is unblocked on draw, and we have what I'm going to call is a little stick or hitch right here. So the PRO element of this, to me, just the order of this, the syntax matters. Pass first, run second. Okay? I don't know. I have no idea if that's how they categorize it. That's just how my mind works. So if you can throw this, throw this. Great. We can throw that. Let's throw it. If it's a true RPO and we're conflict defender reading this guy, well, he's blitzing here. No one's blocking him. This is draw. And the offensive line, I would guarantee, goes essentially 5-0 here. Takes these 5 dangerous guys. That's who we're going to block in the draw. All right, well, if that's the case, this guy is on the quarterback. You can see here the back. The back one's no part of this handoff. Don't give it to me. No. Just raise up and throw it. And it's there. So again, it's one of those things where I love the RPOs in this game, but they were not executed at the highest level early on. Right? Like you can see the offensive line. You can see Kelce going to the left. He's trying to climb up there. The right guard sees it late. The running back is saying, no, don't give it to me, dog. I'm going to pass block. Ball on the ground. All that time, you could just go raise up and hit the slot up top on the hitch. So certainly disjointed. And you can feel it. And it doesn't make it any easier in the weather. But these early turnovers on really kind of like, these are not physical turnovers to me. These are decision turnovers. You can't hand that ball off there. You got an unblocked guy blitzing in the B gap. You can see Kelsey and the right guard 51. They're going to the left. They're going to 43. Kelsey's trying to go up to hit my guy standing over the left guard. That's a disaster. They're all out of sorts. Next one here. First play, third quarter. This to me is another RPO. I have no idea why Jalen doesn't hand this ball off. He goes to throw what looks like dragging down here to the bottom, slant flat, and just doesn't throw it. So we'll talk about the math of this thing. But again, this is just feels like we're a little confused. Things are a little out of whack. And again, these are not things that I don't think Jalen Hurts and this Eagles offense can handle. They can for sure handle this. So the pass concept itself here is what I'm used to calling just slant, flat. Now, pre-snap here, if you're just looking out here and pretend this was a true pass, this is not a premium look to throw slant flat. Quarters, not great. You don't want to throw a slant into quarters very often. Now, at the snap here, this guy potentially gets back to the middle of the field. But pre-snap, this is not looking great to me. The run unit is blocking split flow inside zone or split flow zone. So we're blocking zone to the left, going this way, and we've got that split flow action coming back across here. So we've got 6 in the run blocking unit, right? Do the math, 5 offensive line and the sniffer. We can block 6. So 4 down, 2 backer types, okay, matched up. This 7th defender is most likely on the quarterback. When he comes down, you've got a few different options here. You can do what a lot of teams do where they glance this thing behind it, or you can just have this wide receiver up top block MDM. MDM in the football world is most dangerous man. And so all he would do is come up here and block this guy. None of that. So if that's how you're going to handle that up top, none of that says throw, slant, flat into quarters pre-snap look. So again, I don't know. And it's okay. I know it doesn't feel like that probably in your life sometimes. I know it doesn't for me sometimes either. It's okay to say, I don't know. I don't know what the hell's going on here, but I don't like it. Doesn't look good. The 7th defender is coming from the top, from the boundary, but our pass option is to the bottom. Not great, Bob. And again, it works because of the safety down here to the bottom, kind of opening to the field, but it shouldn't work pre-snap. And then if it's going to work, okay, so all that word salad from me to say, okay, you pulled it. This is open, dog. Throw it. Like it shouldn't look like it's going to be there, but post-snap, he goes like this. You pulled it. This is a go. We got to rip that. We can't be taking sacks off run plays that are there when we've got open slants. I mean, he's the slant or the flat. Right? I mean, that's just holy moly. This is coming from someone who loves RPOs. Got a really good course on RPOs if you're interested in more. But you don't see these kinds of like back to back to back kind of shady, muddy decisions. I mean, this is rough. Now let's get into some good RPOs. Third 2. We're going to run split flow inside zone RPO with that flat slide, sneak flat to the bottom with that little corner. Now that corner operates as a little pick or rub as well. And this is a hell of a play for them. They end up throwing a touchdown to it later. We're going to read the C-gap defender to the right. Okay, now pre-snap, you would say, hey, why don't you just say defensive end? Well, because he's not the C-gap defender. At the snap here, the C-gap defender comes in there. Well, that's not the C-gap defender. So now this is the player that we're reading. So once he disappears, we're reading whoever shows up in the C-gap. And again, how these gaps work in football. A, B, C. Same thing the other way. Okay, so C-gap defender, whoever shows up here, that's who we're reading on this play. That's our key conflict defender. So we've got the dive, we've got the quarterback run element, and then we've got the spread triple pitch element of it coming across. Here's that sniffer coming across, and he's off into the flat. The thing to pay attention to here is versus man. So if we've got this sniffer right here, he's got to navigate a lot of traffic. Bubble over. We also have a corner out here who's coming down in like a burst release up, and to the corner who operates as potentially as a pick. So we've got all sorts of moving parts. I love the stress this puts on a defense. This is Jalen Hurts executing at a high level. C-gap defender, that's a pull read. Again, we talked about the read here that cleans up really nice with this slide or sneak hide flat, right? So as he comes across, the easy way to think of it is, what is this conflict defender, the C-gap player, what does he do? If he goes underneath that slide or sneak flat, that's a pull. If he goes over the top, that's a give. It's that simple. You're welcome. Either or football. So right here, Jalen gets it correct. Keep. There's the pitch. Flip it to him. Run through someone's face. Big chunk. Hell yes. I love this play. Now watch the guy who's got the tight end up top. He's got him in man. Bubble. Friendly fire. Pick. Rub. Gut run over. That's a tough play. Man, RPOs when they hit like this, just so much stress on a defense. No, yes. Nice easy touch ball. Beautiful finish. Hell yes. The bones of the exact same play here for a touchdown pass to A.J. Brown at the bottom. Again, this is the same RPO at the line of scrimmage for Hurts. He makes the correct read. This time the pitch is covered, but the corner is not. And again, you can see the stress that it puts on a defense, and I'll show you exactly what it is. But we're reading the C-gap defender. That's an easy pull read, right? He's going underneath the slide or hide flat. That's an easy pull. Now we get out on the edge. Can we run it? No. Is the pitch open? The tight end on the flat? No. Is the corner open? Yes. Hell yes. Oh, I love it so much, man. This is some of my favorite offense to watch. I know it hasn't been pretty in the RPO world, but you can really see the stress that it puts on a defense right here. So again, here's the C-gap defender. The easy read for the quarterback. Again, we've talked about this on this split flow action. He comes across and is into the flat. That's our pitch man in the spread triple. Here's the dive, and then we've got the quarterback running. So what does this conflict defender do? He comes up and goes underneath the sniffer. That's a pull read. So now the ball, we are on the edge. Okay, so as we're on the edge running downhill, they need at least 3 defenders. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. These 3 defenders are going to try to take advantage of, we've got this little up. He's going to try to get a rub and into the corner. We've got the sneak flat coming across, and we have Jalen Hurts, pretty good running the ball, coming downhill. They have 3 defenders, but they have to make sense of all this. Okay, and so what happens here is the corner thinks he's going to out-leverage the flat. That's going to create the corner, the route, being wide open. So technically, they've got this pretty close to defend it as well as you can. They just get confused on who's who in the zoo. And even if they didn't, you still got to tackle someone in space. Y'all, this is some of my favorite stuff. I love it. Watch that rub down here by the bottom by Brown. See him coming here trying to get the rub up into the corner. Great job from Jalen seeing it. Beautiful touch. Again, really impressive to throw it at all in weather like this, in my opinion. But the touch throws, I think, are harder when it's wet. So no, beautiful. Hell yes. Next one here, second and medium. We're going to take a big shot. Smith down here, the point on the bunch. He's going to run it over up top. We got Brown on a post. We're going to hit that over across the field. And you can see here just the gravity that A.J. Brown kind of brings to this offense, what he does. And again, how they're going to cover these 3x1s on the backside a bunch is going to impact this as well. But really like the fact that we're taking a shot, got multiple runaways. Love Jalen Hurts' drop here. Talk about, but that's wide open. Let's go. Big chunk. And again, what I'm talking about coverage-wise here, when you're in these 3x1s, it's not necessarily bunch-centric, but it's what are they going to do back here? Okay, and then are we manning this thing? Like, is he someone running with him? So as he's up and to the post here, and we've got this over coming across, is there anybody back there? So once he being the corner, starts running with this post, we've got this over. There's nobody back there. Even though he might fall off late here, as he runs past it, fall off late, that's the beautiful element of the design element. Then the other thing that I love from Jalen Hurts is that as we do this play action and we're pulling people, we're dropping and we're lined up to throw this thing. He drops almost like an angle so that he is lined up to drive this thing to the left. Again, first thing here, let's watch that route up top. Brown on the post. Watch the corner run with him. There he goes. So as soon as he's running right there, or whatever the hell he's trying to do right there, that ain't it. So he's running with him 5 yards behind. Okay, now let's watch Jalen Hurts' drop. So play fake and then at an angle. Great rhythm, great base. You can see Smith coming open, and that is a massive chunk. So the combination of play action, footwork, timing versus this coverage. Again, watch Jalen Hurts post fake here. Drop at an angle. Beautiful. See how he's still kind of, the pocket has morphed, but he's still in the center of it. That's outstanding. That is picture perfect. You don't even know that it's on an angle. It almost looks like the field is on a diagonal. Just beautiful design. And then again, great base, driving that ball, someone right in your lap. Big chunk. Hell yes. So good. Halftime, you dig the channel and you haven't already, please like, subscribe, hit the bell, get the notifications. I sincerely appreciate you subscribing to the channel. It means a lot to me, so thank you for taking the time and doing that. I appreciate you. Again, the Quarterback School Patreon community, great way to support the channel and get even more Quarterback School content. You know about it. Join, become a member. Link is in the video description. We also have Quarterback School courses. And these courses are the premium content available through the channel. These are deep, deep dives on my favorite football topics. We have, ironically, an RPO course, first ever course. We've got a tempos course, a pass protection course, a how to beat every coverage course is the best-selling one. And then we have an entire offense available for you. So hop over there and enroll. Link is in the video description. We also have a bunch of free resources available if that's your thing. Also linked in the video description. Finally, make sure to follow me across social media platforms. I appreciate your support. As for this video, let's get back to it. Next one here, 3rd and 5, first play of the fourth quarter. Jalen Hurts is going to run for a first down eventually. This is one of those things for me, it shows off Jalen Hurts' ability to kind of do this with his feet. Everybody knows he can run when he's healthy like this. Nice job getting a first down. I think it also kind of comes into play just the context of when you're in a weather situation, it's not easy to throw. I don't care if you're a professional or not. And so to say, like, when you watch the film and you're like, hey, if you're looking to the left, it sure looks like he gets back here and is looking this way. Okay, if that's the case, to me, this is a winner. Let's throw that. This probably is a winner too, although I don't love the depth of the route. We could throw that. But instead, we just rely on our ability to go make a play. We make one guy miss on defense who's got no chance of tackling us in space, and we get a first down. Okay, now if you were to play it up top versus middle field closed man, you probably got to throw the inside fade. So lots of different options all over the place. Again, one of my ways, like key indicators to say what kind of offense are you rocking as far as do you have a lot of winners for your quarterback? To me, we've got multiple winners here. Inside fade up top, down here to the bottom on the arrow of the whip, the number 2 on the out, right? Like all those throws are available and he can still go get it himself. You got to tackle him in space. That's a first down, even in two-hand touch. I mean, that is outstanding. So again, we can sit here on the film and say, hey, Hurts, let's throw that ball on time, or let's just go get it ourselves. I think you can live in both worlds. Next one here, touchdown pass. Beautiful call up top. We're going to fake the bubble to the new number 3. Get a bluff seam and a bluff go on the perimeter. Really, this is just a 2-on-1 on the safety. This is a really impressive throw in the elements. Nice catch as well, going up and getting it. Protect yourself. Staying in rhythm, decisive, ball up on his face, outstanding. So again, I really love the design here. You incorporate a little bit of motion, and then we're going to fake the bubble to the new number 3. So right here, he's going to be the one we're faking the bubble. Nice acting with the hands up as well. This is going to be paired with what I'm used to calling a bluff seam and a bluff go. And at the end of the day, this is just a 2-on-1 on this safety up top. Usually most teams would read this thing inside out, 1 to 2. And again, you can see what the fake does to these underneath second level defenders. They're charging hard to go tackle this bubble. Instead, Hurts pumps it and drives this thing down the field. So first, let's watch Smith up top. Watch him come off, bluff, and go. He doesn't even really bluff. He just kind of runs at him like he's going to block him. You can see A.J. Brown up top. He kind of gives him the Frankenstein bluff, arms out, got him. And then that's a beautiful throw. High back 5, Check out Jalen Hurts' base here. Boom, perfect. No heel click, driving that thing in the elements. It's a big time throw. It's a big time call as well to get these kind of red zone opportunities to drive touchdowns. Really like the aggressiveness. It's a hell of a play. Next one here, 3rd and 15, touchdown pass. This is simply Jalen Hurts making a play. There's nothing there. 3rd and 15, there's no good options. It looks like they're running shock down here to the bottom. They probably run the wrong route up top, the way that Jalen Hurts reacts, but that's just giving your guy a chance, him going up and making a play. And really that play made him. The ball hits him in the damn face. So he looks like he's looking to the right and then kind of panics, gets out of there. Not panic, gets out of there. He looks like he's surprised that those are the routes that are run. So, got to go. And at this point, there's nothing there. It's 3rd and 15. You can see him trying to point. Looks like he's trying to point to Smith to kind of go to the right or go inside. He doesn't. Sees his guy go up top, give him a chance. High back 5. Good thing happened. Again, that ball literally looks like it hits him in the throat. So again, concept-wise here, for me, most people probably call this some iteration of shock. Inside fade, locked hitch. And again, up top, it looks like they run this. I'm not sure that's what you want on 3rd and 15. That's why I'm saying it looks like he's a little surprised or unsettled by what they run. You just got to go out and make a play. He goes out, makes a play, keeps his eyes downfield. That's another thing to keep paying attention to. And then right here, he sees this guy go. The defender's got his back turned. Give his guy a chance. Good things happen. I mean, really, to go from this at the top of the drop, it's 3rd and 15, to a touchdown is pretty remarkable. Only one guy is past the sticks. Only one guy is past the sticks. Only one guy's going to get a first down. Touchdown? 3rd and 15? I mean, put him on your back, Jalen Hurts. That's an awesome job. Just making a play. There is nothing there. No answers except Jalen Hurts getting outside the pocket, extending, being creative, giving his guy a shot. Again, where's that ball hit him? Right? It looks like it hits him in the face. Hits him right in the throat. Right in the chest. That's awesome. What a play. Next one here, 3rd and 7. Just under 8 minutes left to go, 4th quarter. We've got a 4-point lead. This is a bizarre play for me with Smith up top. This looks like it's supposed to be just post over. We catch middle field closed, and Smith just stops running for my money. Now again, could it be picked? Is it potentially turnover worthy? Maybe, but it's really because the wide receiver stops running more than the throw. It looks terrible right here, right? You're like, what are you doing, dog? That's terrible. Well, he stopped running. I feel like I'm seeing this more and more across the league. These wide receivers are playing quarterback where, yeah, at the snap, this does not look like it's a great opportunity once we get middle field closed here, him running back to the center, that we're going to get a deep post with a post safety. But this play is over with a shallow. Okay, but this middle field player, he decides to drive the over. We see it all the time, or I feel like I see it all the time, where I used to calling it invert replays, where now this corner tries to get back to the middle of the field. And this is there. I mean, he runs and then he just stops running. I'm not saying it's going to be wide open touchdown, but you can't fucking stop running, dog. 3rd and 7, 4th quarter? What are we doing? What are we doing? So first thing, let's watch the route up top. You be the judge. Maybe I'm crazy. He stops. I'm not crazy. I mean, I might be crazy, but I'm not crazy about that. Now let's watch the middle field player. See him cut the over? So he cuts the over, and the corner down here is trying to invert replays, get into the middle field. Well, he's not going to. You can try all you want. That's going to be a one-on-one to the post. Instead, we got a route quitter. Man, I know that dude's a hell of a player. I just don't know what he's doing right here. All we're talking about is this play, describing this play. And this play, he quit on the route. And it almost led to an interception. Now, it would have been essentially a punt return, but still, or a fair catch punt. But man, I mean, I think it's a fair criticism to say 3rd and 7, do we want to be, taking that shot right now? That's a different conversation. This looks terrible on Hurts right here. But when you look at it, I mean, come on, you got to run the route. Give us a chance. Next one here, 2-minute drive. I thought this 2-minute drive was outstanding from Jalen Hurts. He was so patient, just working this kind of left flat area all the way down the field. Now, you could certainly make an argument that Buffalo needed to do something more aggressive here to take some of these throws away. But I thought it was a great indication of just the patience and maturity from Jalen Hurts. I don't think anybody would say that Jalen Hurts isn't mature, kind of on and off the field. But man, to be able to just systematically attack, and I'm not putting the whole 2-minute drive in here, but man, it was a really nice job. The other thing that I thought was great is this is one of those indications for me, because I know I say a lot about how I think this offense blind spot is not having hot throws. Well, this is what a good offensive line does. So this is kind of where I say they live in this kind of like purgatory of, hey, guys, solve it for us. So right here, this is a perfect example of solve it for us. We've got 6 people in the pass pro. Okay, and they are only going to rush 5, but they have the presentation of rushing 7. So they've got the 4 down, we'll call it, 2 linebacker types. Okay, you've got the safety down as well. Who the hell knows who's blitzing, who's not blitzing? Okay, what's going to end up happening is we're going to be dropping out of here. So for my money, they would block, and again, I don't know this for sure, but they would block these 6 with the pass pro if that's the only 6 that came. But when that isn't the case, so we drop out, watch the left side operate here. So they go from setting to the defensive end to closing the door on the 4-eye, and then the left guard comes back across as well, and they push this thing all the way and pick everything up. Now, this might look like nothing to you, but I'm telling you, this is impressive from the left side of the offensive line. Watch 68, set, and then he's in. So he's setting for depth and width there, and then he closes the door. And then watch the left guard. He's setting, and then he closes the door. Just a great job. I love it. Blocked up, nobody around Jalen Hurts. They make it look easy, solving problems at the line of scrimmage. Overtime, now we're back into the quarterback run game. To me, this is a PRO. I really love how they incorporate the back here trying to lead block. Now, I don't love your boy Swift's lead blocking skills, but I love the fact that they're asking him to do it to get the +1 in the math. This to me is, again, these are those plays where you don't necessarily want to run Jalen Hurts all the time between the 20s, but it's overtime. Now we do. This is why you have it in. So here's when I say PRO, pass run option. Okay, the pass first. Do we have a numbers issue over here? Is there any reason we can't run it? Well, then we need to throw the stick over here to the tight end. Okay, that's not the case. All we're running here is essentially lead inside zone. So we've got the lead blocker who's coming to block right there. And then this is just inside zone. The Eagles just do it because they've got a Hall of Fame center where they do this fold block all the time. So the guard down, and then we fold up. So really it's like having kind of a 2 lead blockers running through the hole. So you've got Kelsey going through the hole. You've got the back going through the hole. Now he's not bringing the thunder. But again, it's just a really nice play, man. This is awesome. Watch the tight end, the number 3. He's running the route. Boom, there's a stick if you need an outlet. Okay, we don't. Here comes the run. Again, I know I don't get tired of watching Kelsey shotgun and fold like this, but it is hard to do. And look at that hole it creates. I mean, look at the hole between the right guard and the right tackle in the B gap. Look how big it is. Hell yes. Now, if we could just get it back to give us a little bit more than a 1-pump chump, we'd really be rolling. Next one here, big chunk. This is the exact same play we showed earlier. Post to the bottom, over up top to Smith. Same motion, same formation, same everything. The only thing that's different is A.J. Brown's release, and that's why the play isn't quite as open, but it's still a big chunk. So again, I love teams that aren't afraid to go back to the well, especially in overtime. What worked in the earlier? Let's go back, call it again. Right here, we're dropping on an angle. We're throwing the over again. It's outstanding. Now, what is the difference? Why is it muddier over there? It's really a very similar coverage, but the difference is the release. So remember last time I said post, over, right? And we said in a 3-by-1, what does this weak safety do? And then what's the technique here? Are we playing man? Well, they're doing the same type of stuff, whether it's man or match, whatever. But the difference here is A.J. Brown, last time he went inside. This time he goes outside. Oh no, bro, don't do that. So now he goes outside to run a post. That ain't it. A lot of coverages, a lot of 3-by-1 coverages, and we're speaking in generalities here. This weak safety, what he does is based on the release of what this 1 does down here. So if he goes inside, there's a good chance that they bracket it, that they're 2-on-1ing it somehow, that he's going to help. Once he goes outside, oftentimes they're saying, hey, corner, you got him. Now I'm going to turn and poach or tricks this thing to the other side. So this release really matters. I really dislike this outside release here. And you can see you're never going to run outside release and run a post and get the ball. So you got to fight to get inside, get in there, and get that safety out of there. Because when he goes outside, he now brings the corner into this play. He allows the safety to sit here, and he's got his buddy running across right into where they're going to be sitting. So basically, that's long-winded for me to say the outside release kills us on this play. Now, it's still a big chunk, but it's not as good as it was the last time. So again, watch that outside release down here to the bottom, and then watch 23, the safety. Outside release. Now he's hunting up the number 3. Now he still opens to the half field. You still get a big completion, but you can see kind of the layers here, the detail, the nuance, kind of get into like the granular element of how these things are constructed and why they're impacted. Now again, man, I really, really love this drop. Play action, pulling guard, staying in the middle of the pocket. Nice touch, great throw. Pretty awesome. Next one here, 3rd and 4, massive 3rd down conversion here. Kind of in no man's land on the field. Just an easy raise up. And again, the Bills continue to get just a little exploited on the back end because of a number of different reasons, but that's just way too much space. This is way too easy. I don't care if you're in a fucking monsoon. That's too easy in the NFL to just be able to raise up and throw a little choice up top to the slot. I mean, that is too much space. Again, it's a nice route. I really like Smith's ability to kind of bounce out there into the open area, split the defenders, but that's too easy. It's a nice call, but defensively, you would expect them to get up and make life difficult for you on these kind of third mediums, not just catch a easy choice for a first down. Next one here, walk-off winner. Jalen Hurts, quarterback run game. Love to see it. The incorporation of that fast 4 motion. Great block from Kelsey. Hurts finishing this thing. It's a hell of a play. Now we'll talk about exactly what happens here. I probably think most people would call this long trap to the left, Q long trap. I probably think it's weak side inside zone with the fold, and Kelsey just adjusts and the left tackle adjusts just based on what they've been doing all day, but only they know the call. Now the fast 4 motion, here's the 4th eligible. He's going over here. You can see what the motion does to the defense. So they're all out of whack. They've got some pressure called or we're blitzing. Well, when you do that, now all these adjustments to motion change. So who's who in the zoo? What are we doing with this? Is someone running with this motion guy? Are we pushing the coverage? Are we pushing the responsibilities? So now maybe you have the 2, you have the 3, you've got the 4. How are we sorting this out? Regardless, some or both or many are in the wrong. We've got way too many people going with this motion. That's the first part. Then the second part of this, and we'll see it from the back, but the way we've been blocking inside zone here, you've probably heard me say the fold. So the guard down and Kelsey around leading up. I would bet probably a decent amount of money that that's what this play is. And the left tackle's he's got the defensive end wherever he goes. So when we get this stunt here and he comes down and blocks him, now it really just turns into long trap, but it's the same fold call on inside zone. So just a lot of nuance. First thing here, we're going to watch the adjustment on the defensive side to the motion. Watch how many people move. 3 for 1. Okay, 3 for 1 is my kind of motion. Now again, love having Kelsey have the capacity to do these full blocks. Even if this is a true trap kick out, good for you too. But if they were to stay here, so let's just pretend that they stay in this alignment. So we go in motion here and stay in this alignment, meaning that this, we'll call it linebacker type, he stays right there. Well, then this block would be just what they've been doing with the fold. Down, be 1-on-1, and then we would be folding up and in right here, right? But again, the left tackle's got the defensive end, so when he angles into the B gap here, he just takes him. So then we're down, and then Kelsey makes the adjustment. Again, shotgun snap, kick out, game winner, walk off, Hall of Fame, even with the penalties. Awesome. Just an awesome play. I really love it, man. I love the quarterback run game. I love the RPOs, even though it wasn't perfect. Far from it, dude. Pretty awesome walk-off to finish it. Hell yes. So that is a wrap. Jalen Hurts, the Eagles battling. It was tough early. It really was. And I kind of think that's why I enjoyed this one so much, and maybe why it's a little bit longer than other ones, because there were some kind of ugly moments. But man, the RPO game, the quarterback run game, the big chunks that they do as an offense, I love to see it. And to battle through the weather and throw it like they did towards the end, it was awesome. You add on that 2-minute drive to give them a chance at the end of regulation. Just a really great job. Showed the resiliency from this group, from Jalen Hurts. I love to see it. Excited to see more. Thank you so much for hanging to the end. I will see you next time. Have a good one.